controversial opinion. I just think you should work on clients and businesses you find easy. Like, because what you find easy or you enjoy doing, someone else hates doing it. It's hard for them. Like, it's not like everyone's going up the same path to some same level. Like, there are millions of paths. And if you work with clients that you find easy and like easy means you're delivering results and you enjoy working with them, you're going to be referred other businesses similar to them. Isn't that what you want, rather than trying to like grind your way on an account, micro-analyzing cost per click bids on an industry or a product you just genuinely don't care about and you feel bad about working with that client? Why would you do that? Because then they're going to refer you other businesses like them. Like, everyone's version of easy and what they enjoy is different. The same as the taste in music, the same taste in movies, the same with food. Like, it happens with clients as well. It's everyone thinks that like the holy grail is big enterprise clients who pay you a lot of money. It's not. The enterprise, like the goal at the end of the day is making a lot of money doing work that's easy for you and you enjoy. That's why for me, when I'm talking to you, I talk about certain types of e-commerce and like lead generation where we do the landing page as well, because even though it actually requires more work on the front end, I find it so fulfilling. So for example, we launched an account yesterday for a property developer in Australia. They're selling apartments from $1.327 million. We're doing the Google ads, Facebook ads, and landing page. Within the first 5 minutes of running the campaign, we got our first lead. Comes through, I see the lead, all their information, their budgets, all these things. Since last night or yesterday, we've had 8 leads for $5 a lead, 13% conversion rate. Like, people are saying they've got, $2 million to invest. Like, this gets me juicy, but it's easy for me because I've done it so many times and I enjoy it. So many other people would not be able to do this because, firstly, they're like, oh, I don't do Google ads. I don't do Facebook ads. I don't know how to do landing pages. I don't know how to do the integrations or the CRM setups and that stuff. And it's like, cool. You don't need to. Like, you actually don't need to, but like, don't try to like play Michael Nadalin's game or Cory's game. Like, you got to find your own path and what you find enjoyable. Like, I like making clients millions of dollars. That's just my thing with lead generation. I love it. I want to make clients millions of dollars. I don't want to make them an extra 10K a month or an extra 100K a year. I'm like here to like make a huge impact. That's what I care about. That's what I enjoy. For me, like when I get like a small e-commerce business and they might be showing me their website, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's not that I don't care about them. It's just like, this isn't my path in life. Like, I'm not here to like fix small businesses. I'm here to like make big impact. So,
well, yeah, I think it's a valid sentiment for any agency or any marketer, freelance or whatever, to want to go down that path, to look for the easy wins. I think that's pretty normal for the most part, right? Especially if it's going to make you a good amount of money, and you see the value in being able to share data points across one particular industry. There is value in doing that. I wonder, on my little soapbox here, about
Here we go. I'm going to be roasted.
No. This is an industry, just a thought process through the industry here. So in the paid search space in particular, or Facebook's a little bit, I mean, it's such a wider, there's a lot more there, but let's say in the paid search space, a little more niche. In terms of market saturation, right? Over time, as technology gets better and being able to optimize things and being able to do data analysis, et cetera, how many of these agencies that prioritize the simpler accounts or the smaller accounts, market saturation problem, right? Eventually, there's not going to be, I mean, there's always more fish, quote unquote, in the sea in terms of new businesses popping up that may not recognize a good from a bad agency, or they're not starting with much data to work with. But I do wonder about that. Like, over time, as the market gets more saturated with people who want to chase the smaller, call them, quote unquote, easy, maybe simpler accounts, what that does, right? Because I think eventually it's going to create a lot of demand, or more demand, for people with the skill sets that can handle very large data sets. And obviously, the other interesting thing here is, if you're successful at growing a smaller account that begins very simply, eventually you'll have more data. And then if you can't manage that data, you've essentially moved yourself out of the, you've actually replaced yourself eventually with someone else who can do it by actually succeeding in your job and growing the account. So just a couple soapbox inputs there.
Yeah. This is, in terms of that market saturation, I don't know if there's any clients that everyone's like, I always want these type of clients. Like there's a sentiment in the market. Like I never speak to people where everyone's like, oh, we only want to work with these types of industries. Like I could say it to you, me, and like 30 other specialists, and we're all like, yeah, we all agree we want to work with this one type of industry.
There's definitely ones we don't want to work
yeah,
with.
yeah. Well, we don't. People who start their journey go, yeah, this is a sick industry. And you're like, bro, have you ever even run ads for it? It's like, it's so easy. Just like, for example, accounting. It's like, yeah, you just like put like accounting plus the city you're in and people will submit leads. It's like, yeah, you can do that, but show me the conversions you get. Like, you just know that if someone says they like working with an industry, you know they're fresh because you're like, you haven't worked with that industry long enough to know that like you just lose, like no matter what. Like, yeah, I love doing like e-commerce for like supplement companies. And he's like, bro, have you ever done that before? It's like, yeah, like one, and it went really well, and we're spending like $100 a day, and we'd get like a 4x rise. And like, dude, that's not impressive. Like people have like these confirmation biases as well, where they work with one type of business in one industry.
Yeah.
They they luck out, and then they start like going down that road, which is just like the path to hell. That's the worst thing. The worst thing is actually working on an industry that's notoriously hard, getting a quick win, and then going down that road for the rest of your career. And you're like, well, what's wrong with me? It's like, no, it's not wrong with you. It's the industry. Like, it's just so fascinating. Yeah, I think it's just looping back to that, what's simple and easy. I think it's actually different for different people. Like there would be things that we're doing at MarketLead that you'd be like, bro, fuck, like, wow, I can get why it's simple, but I don't want to, I just don't have the capacity to want to do that. And similar vice versa with you and me, me to you is, I think everyone's easy and what they enjoy is very different. I don't think it's universally easy or universally hard. It's just dependent on you, what you're passionate about and what you're good at as a skill set.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I was just going to say. Is I don't want to diminish people's interest in pursuing tougher accounts because someone needs to do them, and you might be that type of person.
Not us.
That me. Yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in difficult, challenging large accounts personally, and because I can't stand. And this is to those people that are thinking about it because you might already be feeling it. There's a certain monotony to it. It's almost too simple. It's a little bit too easy where your day to day becomes very repetitious and feels a little bit too corporatized. And you want something more different. You want something more difficult, challenging. So if that's you, it's not going to be everybody, but if that's you, don't feel like you shouldn't do it just because Michael talks about how great it is to do the simpler accounts. There's definitely a lot of value and a lot of money to be made by being the one that is going after the big fish that have a lot of difficult things. Make it worth your while though, right? So I just want to caveat that there's going to be some very difficult accounts that are difficult, not because of the data complexity or the goals, but because there's unrealistic expectations. There's the marketplace is what it is. It's more challenging than the product or the service can support. Things like that.